Hey guys, it's Hayden here from LEGO Hub Productions, and this is the finale of Tatooine. It is finally here, the climax of this mock, and it is finished. So that was great. I displayed it at Brick Fiesta, and it came back in one piece. Well, 3 pieces actually, but I meant that it didn't break, which was a good thing. And so this mock was very good. It got a lot of good feedback there, and so I'll show you guys around. And also, tomorrow I will be uploading my slideshow, which is that sort of video with pictures and music that's really cool. So that will be up tomorrow. But first we have a bit of backstory. Basically, I'll tell you guys the story behind the mock. What's kind of going on here is that the Rebels have a supply base on Tatooine. It's sort of based on Star Wars Battlefront scenes, but not exactly. And so the Empire finds out, and they called in a massive Imperial force with about 20 stormtroopers and an AT-AT walker. So that is a very big Imperial attack, but the rebellion is able to hold out because of their snipers and all their guns and trenches, and so they are able to hold out for a short amount of time, but are ultimately crushed by the Empire. So let's take a look at the individual scenes. So right here we have the hangar. This is probably my favorite part of the mock. It's just such a cool shape made out of Lego, and I really do like this hangar. I have all those boxes and just sort of random equipment in there, astromech droids, pilots, and it looks very natural in there. And it has the Falcon. I was so happy that the Falcon could fit because it just looks so great in that circular space. So next we will move on to the mountain. So we basically have like 5 different mountains. We have the bottom layer down there, which is the biggest mountain. It's pretty tall and is very large. Took a lot of filler brick to fill that up. And then on top of that we have a second layer mountain, which looks very good because then you get that little pathway for minifigs to walk on. And then on top of there you have your snipers, and those snipers look very good. They're kind of my favorite minifigs out of this entire mock because I just like those green shots coming out of their blasters. I really do like them. But also, if you take a look behind the mountain, there are rooms back here, or like buildings, and these buildings are actually not in my slideshow, so these buildings are exclusive to this video and only you guys will get to see them. They're kind of secret, so let's take a look. So the first room is just a little storage, and there's a classic space vehicle in there. And these rooms aren't really necessary at all, but because I could have just filled them up with filler brick, but I decided to just use that empty space just for fun, and it looks very good. So the next room is a hallway which also continues around to the other side, and right now there's nothing in there but tiles and slopes and just kind of storage space. That's mostly what I use it for. So let's move on to the terrain. So we have 2 more mountains in this mock. We have that one right there that has 2 different layers, and we also have the Tusken Raider mountain over there, and this is actually one of my favorite mountains just because there's a variety of slopes in there, and I really like the texture that I was able to create in there, and also on top. So there's 3 Tusken Raiders up there and a lit up fire. So the entire mock is covered up with this really nice technique where I just stacked a bunch of plates and tiles of different shades of tan on top, and it gives a really nice elevation effect that really makes it look like sand. There's some slopes in there too, and also we have just a giant battle going on here. Just lots of things to see in this battle here, and just lots of bullets or lasers, and just lots of minifigs and details. So that is very nice. I also have lots of moisture evaporators and just sort of antennas and things like that on the mock. The moisture evaporators and all that are all my own design, and I did not use the Lego set because I just used the pieces that I had, and I think that they turned out very good, very accurate. Those moisture evaporators. There's 2 of the tan moisture evaporators, and there's also lots of those mechanical details that you kind of see everywhere. So my favorite mechanical detail is this radar dish. I just really like how it turned out. And this is one of those last minute additions, but I think that it really makes the mock look a whole lot better, just adds a lot more detail and structure to the mock. Okay, so this is probably my favorite angle to view the mock from. And I have lots of cool pictures from angles that will be in my slideshow, so be sure to check that out when it comes out. But anyways, I really do like this angle. You get to see basically the entire mock in one view, and it looks very nice. Also, I'll show you a bit of the base right here with this video that I took earlier. And yeah, so that base opens up to reveal the interior. There's also lights there. So right now, I will show you all the lights with this picture that I took whenever there was the lights off at nighttime. And you will be seeing more of that in the slideshow, more pictures with it dark, and it looks very cool and lit up. So one more little detail is this radar dish right there, and that is actually super tall and kind of out of place there, just because I wanted my mock to be taller than William's hot mock, and that radar dish right there makes my mock taller, so that my mock is bigger and taller than William's mock. It was just kind of a friendly competition, but yeah, that's what that radar is for. So that is about all for this finale, but the mock is not over yet. It will be traveling to more conventions because I will be keeping it built, and there's some in October is the next one in Houston. And so yeah, that's about all for this video. Be sure to check out my slideshow tomorrow, and may the Force be with you.